Welcome to your total body flexibility routine. I'm your certified health and fitness coach, Caroline Jordan, and I'm so proud of you for taking care of yourself with this sequence. This video goes out by request to one of our Patreon members who asked for something they could do to improve mobility and reduce pain in their body. This set of stretches is my absolute favorite that I use on a daily basis to feel my very best. We're going to stretch your whole body from head to toe, and I want you to notice how you feel before doing the video and how you feel after, and then let me know if you see a difference in the comment section down below. Before we get started, it will be handy to have a set of yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use books or shoe boxes. And you might also want a cushion for your knees. So grab those things and then meet me in your mat and let's get started. We're going to begin with a few simple neck stretches. You can do this seated, standing, whatever feels best to you. When you're ready, I want you to reach your left hand away and tilt your head in the opposite direction until you feel a stretch. From here, we're just going to take some gentle nods, bringing the chin down towards the chest, and then reaching the chin up and away. I want you to move at a speed that feels right for you. And with every gentle nod, see if you can gain a little more range of motion. You'll see me smiling because I find this stretch to be amazing. I'm pretty sure this movement is a winner every time. Perform one more nod. And then bring your head back to center. And let's try the other side. Reach your right arm down and away. Tilt your head over in the opposite direction. Think about reaching through your fingertips. And when you're ready, nodding down. And back and up. You might even notice a stretch all the way into your jaw, especially if you've been holding a lot of tension and stress in your traps and shoulders. See if you can put your mind to those muscles and let the tension go. Continue to breathe. Finish your last nod. Return the neck to neutral. And then clasp your hands and take them behind your head. From here, you're going to press your elbows back as you open your chest towards the ceiling. And then tuck your chin and round your back, bringing your elbows in. Again, inhale, arch and look up. And exhale, round chin tucks. Expand through those tight chest and shoulder muscles, and then round and stretch the upper back muscles. Ooh, this is a good stretch to do anytime you need to get those tight, tense upper body muscles to move a little bit. Last one here. Round and in. Return to center and shake it out. Moving into a downward facing dog. So take your hands to the top of your mat, Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and press your heels down to the floor. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to, but I just want you to pedal through the feet and find a stretch all the way through the calves, the hamstrings, and the spine. Take a nice deep breath in and out here. Downward facing dog is one of my all-time favorite movements. It always just makes my body feel good. How are you doing? From your down dog, we're going to shift forward into a plank, roll the shoulders down and back, and then take it to an upward facing dog. Good. Open through the chest and shoulders, the biceps, the abdomen. And let's move through this together. So tummy tight, we pull up and in, downward facing dog, heels pressed to the floor. And then rock forward, shift your hips, open your shoulders and chest to up dog. Move a few more times through these positions and just be mindful of how your body's feeling. Doing routines like this video can really help you check in with your body on a regular basis to see how you're feeling and to correct little niggles before they become big ones. Try one more upward or downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, lay all the way down on the mat. We're moving into a scorpion stretch. So for this stretch, you may want to watch this first if you've never done it with me before. So for scorpion, you're going to take your right arm to a 90-degree angle. Then you'll take your left leg and you'll bend it and kick it across your body until you feel a chest and shoulder stretch. You twist your head to the side so you can lay it down on the ground. No neck tension is needed here. And you breathe. Now, when I teach this to clients, sometimes because it's a twisted position, they get a little twisted. So just make sure that you're feeling a stretch in your chest and shoulders and maybe all the way into your hip flexor and thigh on the leg that's crossing behind you. Breathe in and out here. And then if you'd like a variation, you can take this bent arm and reach it out at an angle. So if your hands were the dial of a clock, your arm would be at either 11 or 2 o'clock right now. A nice diagonal shoulder stretch. How are you breathing? Well done. Return to center and let's try side 2. So you might have to shift yourself over on your mat. Take your arm out to 90 degrees. Your opposite hand is by your chest. You bend your leg and you kick it across the body, laying your head on the floor. Feeling a stretch through your chest here. Breathe in. Breathe out. If it feels appropriate for you, you can try that variation of reaching your arm out at a diagonal, letting the shoulder open and continuing to relax. When you're ready, come back to center and then meet me in a tabletop position. Let's bring your feet together and your knees apart, and I want you to sit your hips back into a child's pose as you reach your arms forward on the floor. Let your spine decompress and your forehead relax on the mat. From here, we're going to walk our arms, both of them, over to the left to come into a twisted child's pose. Want you to breathe and feel a nice stretch through the shoulders and the lats. That's the side of your back. Try to melt into the stretch. Return through center. And let's go to side 2. So reaching your arms over at an angle. Letting your spine release, letting your shoulders open. And continuing to breathe. Come back to center. Slowly sit up and then meet me on your bottom. So I call this the gymnast stretch because I feel like they have arms that are not attached to their bodies, but we have arms that are. So we're just gonna take our feet forward, and then I want you to flip your fingers so they point away from you, and you're going to walk your arms back as you shift your hips forward. And when you find yourself in this position, you should feel a stretch through the biceps and chest. Open your heart towards the ceiling, press down through your hands, and wow, this is a great shoulder and chest opener, huh? Amazing. Feels so good. And breathe. Letting your whole body open here. When you're ready, walk your chest forward or walk your hands in, and let's move on to stretching the lower body. So grab one of your yoga blocks or both, and definitely your cushion if you need it. We're going to stretch through your hip flexors next. So if you're using a cushion or a pillow, place your left knee on the cushion and take your right leg out in front. From here, if you need extra support, you can use 1 or 2 blocks on any level to bring inside your foot. And I want you to shift your hips from back here down towards the mat. So block on a high level, medium or low, or if you don't need the block at all, you can take it out and place your hands on the floor. Want you to try to sink your hips down towards your mat, and you can play around with where you face this bottom hip bone to feel a little more stretch through your obliques or a little more stretch through your hip flexor. So it is nice to kind of rock side to side to see where you find the most effective stretch. If you'd like a variation, you can twist your torso towards the knee in front and or grab for the back foot to get a deeper quad and hip flexor release. Don't judge where you are, just go to a position that feels best for your body today. And know that that will most likely change on a daily basis, depending on what you're doing in your life and your workouts. Wherever you are, breathe in and out. Well done. Back yourself out of whatever position you're in. And let's switch to the second side. So knee goes on the cushion. You walk your other foot forward. And remember, if you're feeling exceptionally tight, you can use your block on the floor to bring the ground higher towards you. Drop your hip to the mat and allow your body and your hips to open. Flexibility and mobility take time to build and work to maintain. But know that consistency with videos like this one will help increase your longevity and your health span by keeping you mobile. You don't need to be Gumby or a gymnast to stay active, but regular mobility training is essential in your health and well-being, which is why I'm so proud you're here. Whichever variation you chose on side 2, gently come out of it, and then walk your hands in and shift your hips back. Find your block, and we're going to grab a seat on your block. So The block is an excellent way to perform the next stretch. We're going into a straddle stretch. So you're going to sit your buns on the block, walk your legs out to whatever distance they go for today. And I want you to think of your pelvis as a bowl of water. So if the bowl of water is not spilling anywhere, we're here. I want you to tilt your pelvis forward, trying to spill the water out onto the mat. So a lot of people, when they do this stretch without a block, their pelvis, the water is pouring backwards and they're not getting the safest and best stretch they can for your inner thighs, your adductors. But by using the block as assistance, we can tilt our pelvis in an anterior tilt, really open up the inner thighs and stretch, and allow our hands to walk forward. I want you to breathe in and out. You can stay in the center, or take your right hand down and reach your left arm up and over and at a diagonal to stretch a little more through your QL and the top of your hip. Amazing, right? Come through center, and let's switch sides. So other arm goes up and over, and we add a little twist. Stretch through your back and hip. Are you breathing? Don't stop. All right, return to neutral. Walk your legs in, step off the block, and come into a standing forward fold. Taking your feet about hip distance apart and letting your head hang down towards the mat. Feel free to keep your knees bent as needed. What I'd like you to do in your forward fold is twist your body over to one side and then twist your body over to the other side. Do it again. Body over and back. Keep breathing. This is one of my favorite things to do at the end of the day. And I try to do this routine daily because I feel a difference when I don't do it. I'm just so grateful the Patreons requested this because I got to film my favorite stretching sequence. Thank you, Patreons. Take one more side to side. Return to center, and slowly come back down to the floor. So move the blocks to the side here. We've got only 3 more stretches to go. You've almost made it. You're getting close. Going into the butterfly stretch. So bringing our feet together. You can have your heels close to your bottom or far away. Roll your shoulders down and back, and again, think of your pelvis as tilting a little bit forward as you hinge at your hips and bring your chest outwards towards your feet. Breathe. Opening up through the hips and the inner thighs, and maybe even the low back. Good. Return to center and meet me on your belly. We're going to do a quad stretch next that I love because we're using the floor as assistance to help keep us in the right position. So from prone, you're just going to bring your heel to your bottom, trying to use the floor to stretch through the front of your quad, the front of your thigh. You can rest your head on your hand here, and I want you to think about squeezing your glute and opening up through your thighs. The floor makes it easy not to cheat through the low back, so that we're really getting a quad stretch here and not doing all sorts of weird things in order to stretch our quads. Plus, if you just came from a long day, it feels really nice to lay down on the floor and do this. Good, release that side. Switch to side 2. Reach back for your foot, ankle. Let your head rest on your hand. press your thigh into the floor and squeeze the glute to release through the quad. Breathing in and out. Feels amazing, right? I agree with you. Take one last breath. And then slowly let go of that leg. Our last stretch is Pigeon, and I'm going to show 2 variations. So first variation is the traditional bring the thigh in front of you on the mat in between both of the hands. Tuck your back toes and square your hips towards the front. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you or you found that Pigeon is not really your jam, what you can do as an alternative is lay down on your back for figure 4. So taking the ankle over the knee and bringing the thighs towards your chest. So if you know already Pigeon's not your thing, take it to your figure 4 and hang out. Enjoy that. But if you're doing Pigeon, meet me here. Make sure your hips are square. And what I like to do is tuck the back toes and lift my back leg, squeezing my glute. Little bonus butt work, never hurt. And then you can come down onto your forearms and you should feel a nice stretch through your hip, adductors, glutes, back maybe, and breathe. And just relax here. If you are enjoying this video, you know, it would help so much if you hit like and commented. That does really help the channel. So I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. All right, let's switch to side 2. So coming back up into all fours, whatever way is best for you to change sides. Hips square to the front of the mat. Tuck your toes, come down on those forearms if it's appropriate, and relax. The body's amazing. And I think doing a routine like this helps you check in and keep your body feeling amazing. Breathe. One side will most definitely be tighter than the other, but that's why you're here. Whenever you're ready, slowly come up and return to any comfortable seated position. Roll your shoulders down and back and just notice how you feel. I'm Caroline Jordan, and I'm so proud of you for taking good care of yourself with this stretching routine. If you liked this video, let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to check out patreon.com/Caroline Jordan Fitness for more exclusive content and to help support this work, because your contributions make a direct difference on my ability to share movement as medicine with the planet. Great job with this stretching routine, my friend, and I cannot wait for our next workout or stretch session together again. I'll see you soon at CarolineJordanFitness.com.